Number 10, Elon Laguerre. Number 23, Miles Dunn. And number 91, Wyatt Cameron. And now the stretch under program 3 of the Lasalle Vipers. Number 9.
Good evening and welcome to LaSalle, Ontario. Welcome to the St. Thomas Stars YouTube page. I'm Phil Pimentel, and tonight the St. Thomas Stars in LaSalle will take on the Vipers for the second time this season. First time in LaSalle. The only other meeting was in St. Thomas, and the Stars came out with a 5-1 victory on that night. St. Thomas on a 2-game win streak coming into this game, winning in Listowel and then winning in Waterloo on both the previous Sundays. And LaSalle on a bit of a skid lately. They are 1-8-1 in their last 10, and they are coming off a 3-0 loss against the mighty Cambridge Redhawks, who are on a tear this season under Todd Bertuzzi in the GOHL, as the Vipers will look to try and bounce back against their rivals, the St. Thomas Stars. Last season, the Vipers were 3-1 against St. Thomas, but St. Thomas flipping the script a little bit so far this season, as tonight in net for the Stars will be Eric McDonald once again, as he's coming off a big 3-0 victory in Waterloo, and a great game before that as well in Listowel, finishing with a .957 save percentage on 47 shots against the Cyclones. Last game, the scorers for the Stars, Chase Pettipies, Cade Kinnear, and Max Monick, all finding the net, on the back of it at least. Max Monick actually on a 2-game goal streak these last 2 games. This season he's only got the 2 goals to speak of, so he's picked it up as of late, finding the back of the net. One of those was a shorty on the penalty killing shift. And Chase Pettipies is on a nice little hot streak as well, 4 points in his last 3 games played, so he'll look to continue that success that he's found. As the LaSalle Vipers seem to be dealing with a goaltender injury, they've got another affiliate call-up tonight in the backup role. Just trying to wait and see when that will be updated on the roster sheet. But we are live from the Volmer Culture Recreation Complex. Nice building here. Hopefully we don't run into any audio issues. The music's on the higher end in this building. Still no roster updates, so I can't quite snag the backup goaltender for LaSalle just yet, although might be the fellow that played their last game, and it was a great performance by Bennett Harrux, who stopped 31 out of 33 shots, .939 save percentage. That came against the Cambridge team, a great Cambridge team. And looks like we're going to be having a Remembrance Day ceremony on this night in LaSalle, so we'll have a good treat there. See a bunch of uniforms, and we'll honor our veterans and the sacrifices they've made. I'm sure there'll be some moments of silence and all that once we get to it. The red carpet's laid down. So St. Thomas will be starting this game to our left, going to the right, wearing the black jerseys as they exit the tunnel. And LaSalle in the white jerseys, their home jerseys striking from right to left to begin this game. Actually got the nice Vipers logo facing us as well tonight from my vantage point. Tucked away in a corner behind all the fans on the one side. The only place you can hear the audio tonight for this game, so that's a feather in the cap, I suppose, or just a positive. Call it what you will. As we hear the bagpipes, and that is going to signal the beginning of this ceremony, as both teams are all ready to go on the ice and on the benches. Just await the PA announcer to get us going here for this, I'm sure, what will be a lovely opening ceremony to honor our troops and all those who serve. As to get ready here from the Volmer Culture Recreation Complex for our opening ceremonies and national anthem. All the players are ready to go. Fans are ready to go. Looks like the soldiers are ready to go. Just need somebody on the microphone that's ready to go, looks like. It's the time right now. Yes, it's 7, so puck drop is around now. Now we got somebody approaching. A photographer, all dressed in white with a denim jacket. She's ready to go. There we are for our opening ceremonies.
The St. Thomas Stars and your Lasalle Vipers. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we're going to have our Remembrance Day ceremony. I'd like to direct your attention to the players' bench and please welcome your Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Aaron Sanders.
Thank you, Bill, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor and a privilege to be here for this commemorative event, and I am going to be pleased to welcome our special guests who will help us mark Remembrance Day 2025. Please welcome Councilor Terry Burns, LaSalle Remembrance Committee, LaSalle Police Chief Michael Pierce, along with LaSalle Fire Deputy Chief Mark Sagan, 2715 Royal Canadian Army Cadets under the command of Chief Warrant Officer Taber, and Afghanistan veteran and Villanova graduate Jim Malash. Throughout many wars and conflicts, brave Canadians have made unimaginable sacrifices, leaving behind their families, homes, and dreams to protect the values and freedoms that make our country what it is today. Their courage and selflessness allow us and generations beyond to live in peace. More than 2.3 million Canadians have served our country in uniform. More than 120,000 of them lost their lives. Their names are recorded in Canada's 8 books of remembrance on Parliament Hill in Ottawa. We honor their memory and legacy at cenotaphs and memorials, and as well during ceremonies across Canada and around the world. Tonight, we pause to remember and honor those who sacrificed their lives to protect our future. Remembrance Day ceremonies include music, readings, and actions that hold special meaning to veterans and for Canada's military history. Within the next few minutes, ladies and gentlemen, you will hear the playing of The Last Post, The Rouse, O Canada, and God Save the King. These bugle calls have been used in military camps since the 1800s. The Last Post originally was played to signal the camp was secure for the night and to call out to wounded and separated soldiers to guide them home to rest. At remembrance ceremonies, it came to symbolize the calling bolt of the souls of the fallen, and today it also acts to call us into remembrance. The rouse was played at camp to wake soldiers in the morning, and came to symbolize the awakening of the fallen to rise above their moral duties and to rest in peace. Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask if you're able to please rise for the playing of The Last Post, followed by the moment of silence, The Rouse, O Canada, and God Save the King. They will be played one by one without interruption to help us remember the fallen and reflect upon their sacrifices. At this time, I would like Afghanistan veteran and Villanova graduate Jim Malash to say a few words.
Good evening. Thank you all for allowing me to speak here today. So I served in Afghanistan from September of 2008 to March of 2009. And during that time, I completed 45 convoys to all the FOBs, or the forward observation bases in Kandahar, Afghanistan. Remembrance Day to me means a lot. It's a day of reflection, and it's a day to remember the soldiers who stormed the trenches, the soldiers who stormed the beaches, and the soldiers who very well could be sitting amongst you who fought and died in the lands of Afghanistan. On this day, I remember them dearly, and we sit and we think about them, and we celebrate their names and their voices, and we make sure that their lives weren't in vain. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. And remember the 3 words etched in Remembrance Day, lest we forget. It's now time for the ceremonial puck drop. Would a member of the Stars and the Vipers please meet at center ice for the ceremonial puck drop? Thank you. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we have come together tonight to remember those who have sacrificed their life in the service of our nation. Their commitment to duty and the price they pay remind us of the value of peace and freedom. On behalf of Lasalle Vipers, we'd like to thank each and every one of you, not only for your service, but for being here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, lest we forget. Thank you very much.
Lest we forget, indeed, as a beautiful ceremony to get us going here tonight before our GOHL hockey game between the St. Thomas Stars and the Lasalle Vipers. Of course, a massive thank you and honor to all of our veterans and anyone who serves this country to help us live the lives that we do. Otherwise, it wouldn't be possible for many of us to do what we do. So, ready for some GOHL hockey tonight. The St. Thomas Stars, a record of 9-5-0-1, sitting at 19 points for 6th place in the West, and they go up against rivals, the Lasalle Vipers, with a record of 7-9-2. And they are sitting at 8th in the West, although they have played a few more games than St. Thomas, sitting at 16 points with 3 games played less, or more, pardon me, than St. Thomas. So a good chance for the St. Thomas Stars to try and bury the Vipers a little bit more and stretch that lead in the West to get away from that dangerous area where you miss the playoffs, below that 8th spot, which the Vipers currently hold. As the Stars in black from left to right, the Vipers in white from right to left. And we are underway with the puck drop. Captain Chartron for the Vipers is going to win it, as the Vipers are going to enter the St. Thomas zone up along the near boards. Chartron up along the blue line, finds St. John on the far side. Shot from the circle, is going to miss it high and wide. Rebound comes out to the blue line to Hardwood up along the wall. He manages to keep it in as Wyatt Cameron was trying to get around him and out. Vipers trying to reel early here in their own building, trying to turn things around from their last few games. 1-8-1 in their last 10. As they ring around the far boards, they'll dump it back into the far corner. Victor Moody watching closely, trying to disturb their route around the perimeter. Harwood tries to fire one in on the blue line. That'll hit a leg and go to the far corner. Chartrand receives it back for Harwood at the line. Shot through traffic, hits a skate, and that'll go wide and into the near corner. Stars a chance to exit now as Eloan Legalic receives a pass up by the boards on the far side. The benches on the far side as well. Pass in front from Legalic, looking for Cameron, just couldn't quite find it in time. That was a sneaky pass from the Quebec native. The Vipers collected in their own zone off the rebound on the boards. And they'll try to make their way up the ice. Stopped at the center ice line by Velarde. He's going to give it away at his own blue line. Reed Crossman takes a hit in the near corner as he was trying to find a man to pass to. Inskip on the near side as the Stars are going to touch it up. And there's going to be a stoppage in play here. Looks like it might have just been an offside call. Not quite sure what that call is, but the faceoff is going to be on our near side in the Vipers zone. A little bit of confusion here. Actually, it looks like there's a problem with the boards. That's what the deal is. A chunk of the board actually came off on the near corner in the Lasalle zone. So the referees are going to have to collect that, and we're going to have a quick patch job here at the Vollmer Culture and Recreation Complex. You can see the referee carrying a big piece of white, I don't know if it's plastic, what do you call that? The boards. So we're going to have a patch job here. I'm not sure what the protocol is. We have one standing by. Hopefully it's just a piece of the advertisement and not going to impact play in any way. The referee seems to be having a little bit of a chuckle with what I'm assuming is one of the arena personnel on the far side. The benches get a chance to converse and converge and make a couple jokes about what just happened. The goaltender, pardon me, on the Vipers squad to our right. Bartel is going to head to the bench and get in on the chat. So a bit of a unorthodox start as we have a malfunction in the arena apparatus. That's going to stop things up for now. Well, a chance to look at our special teams, I suppose. St. Thomas is sitting third in the league on the power play. 26% their total. Which is pretty good. And their penalty kill, 81.7%, which room for improvement. Sitting 11th in the league. The LaSalle Vipers sitting 21st in the league on the power play, 12.1%. Sorry, I just had a chuckle as an annoyed Kevin Linker, the general manager, who said a long road trip is going to be even longer now. As these structural issues, as the PA announcer just stated, are going to have to get taken care of. They're going to have to look for a spare part in the back. Hopefully they have one. And that's a first for me. I've never seen a chunk of the board pop off. Well, that'll be the case. And the penalty kill for LaSalle sitting at 81.1%, which is good for 13th in the league. A little bit better than their power play standing. LaSalle Vipers are actually going to leave the ice now and head back to the locker room because this might take some time. So I suppose we'll take a short break while these while this issue gets fixed. I want to go through all my stats here before the game even starts. So a halt in play, just about a minute and a half into the game. They've just got to fix the boards. And they're actually going to stop the game for about 20 minutes now. So we're going to have a hefty break here. All right, well, I guess we'll take a pause, give you a chance to reset, refill your snacks. I'm sure you haven't gotten through many, but we'll take a break here while they fix the boards at the Vollmer Culture and Recreation Complex, live from our YouTube channel. I'm Phil Pimentel, and we'll be back in a few once they get things sorted here. All righty, we are just about ready to go. The boards have been fixed, a fresh new panel in place of the broken one, and we are back to some hockey. A bit of a weird start to the game tonight, but that's how it goes, I guess. It's a full moon, and strange things happen as Ty Lawson throws a backhand on from right beside the net. A bit of a soft one, hits the goaltender in the pads, and goes by the wayside. Very strange start. We'll see how these teams bounce back after getting halted in their tracks. They tried to stay warm through the delay. Stars stayed out there the whole time. Vipers went back in their locker room for a bit of a break and then came back out and warmed up a bit more. As they have the puck halted behind their own net. They'll come up the near side, pass across the ice. Gets intercepted by Chase Pettipies. Sent back to defender Rowan Reed. As Reed with the puck in his own zone now by the near face-off dot. And up the near side to Cole Edmondson. Stars can't quite head forward right now as Chase Pettipies tries a pass up the boards, and he ends up getting a loose puck off a bit of a ricochet. In behind the goal line of the Vipers to our right. Battle for it in the corner. Two Stars looking for the puck against two Vipers as it passed the line to Joey Bezzetta. His shot saved by the goaltender, and he'll hold on for a whistle. As Adam Bartel getting the start tonight. Looks like Jake Winbeal might be dealing with a bit of an injury. The Vipers had an affiliate goaltender play their last game. Did have a great outing against the Cambridge Redhawks, but they did get shut out 3-0. So Bartel gets the start tonight, a record of 3-5-1. Goals against average of 4.07 and a save percentage of .901. As the Stars are in the offensive zone, cycling it around the boards. On the near boards, the pass to center is going to go right through Max Monick after a last-minute poke check by the Vipers defense. Bartel comes out to play the puck behind his net. They'll set it for the defenders as they're headed forward now through the neutral zone up the near side. Gignac with it. Gignac tried to get a saucer pass to a flying Gingras, but that's picked off by Matzos. And now a bouncing puck, almost found by DeForge. Just couldn't settle it down in time. Carries it to the far corner. Stars get a steal now. George Matzos through the neutral zone. He'll try and dump it in as his teammates are going through a line change. Bartel's going to make a stop on a soft dump in by Matzos. Legalic forces a turnover in the offensive zone, but his pass was ultimately picked off by Pekovsky. Stars with a good forecheck here. They'll turn it over again in the offensive zone with it. Legalic takes a lap behind the net, up along the far boards, pass back to the blue line to Savage. Savage sends a floater towards goal, looking for a tip. That goes past Wyatt Cameron and the defenders surrounding him. Up along the near boards as the Vipers trying to get it out. Legalic's going to pick it up in the neutral zone, send it back to Rory Savage at the far side. Savage will head backwards behind his net and try to set things flying forward. An outlet pass up the far side finds Legalic. He's stick handling in the zone, finds Miles Dunn on the near side. Can't receive the pass cleanly though, and that'll give the chance for the Vipers to get it out of their zone. They can't do so. Up the far side, a giveaway, and puck sent towards goal. Stopped up beside it. Another pass in front. Legalic misses just wide on the blocker's side on the far side of the goaltender. As the Vipers scramble it out to the neutral zone. They'll carry it back now. St. Thomas on a 2-game win streak. Both games on the road. One in Listowel, one in Waterloo. In Listowel 4-2 and Waterloo 3-0. Derek McDonald getting the shutout. On the near side, it's Harmon. A shot towards McDonald, hits his glove, bounces out to the near circle. Picked up by Rowan Reed. He'll cycle it up the near boards. Chartrand keeps it in for the Vipers, sends it to the far side. Puck sent towards goal, and Mack is going to redirect that up and down a play with the big paddle. Get a stoppage. Big game standings-wise. Right now, LaSalle sitting in that last playoff spot in 8th place, still early in the season. But these are the times when you either dig a hole or you build a ladder and try to stay there or not get buried too deep. Cade Kinnear up the near side after McDonald makes an easy save from a distance shot. Corey Crossman is going to try and, Reed Crossman is going to try and get a centering pass. That's blocked. Vipers with the puck in their own zone. And they can get a good look at the net. These passing lanes are being blocked off nicely by both teams. Stopped up behind the net. Brody Jones for the Vipers will send it up the far side. Now back to the near side. Inskip crosses the line, enters the zone, looking for a centering pass to Tonin. Stopped up by Joey Bezzetta. Vipers still with it in the offensive zone. Pass back to the blue line. McNally, a shot from distance. That'll hit the pad of McDonald, and rebound comes to the near side. Another chance, but that's redirected by a defensive stick up and out of play. Off a shot by Brody Jones on the near side, just outside of the face-off dot. Great opening ceremonies tonight for Remembrance Day. Of course, a big thank you to anyone who served, all the veterans, and the sacrifices that were made. Never forget, lest we forget. As a face-off on the near face-off circle to our left. Inskip wins it back to the blue line. A shot from distance blocked by Edmondson. Stays in the zone, though. Scrambling for it now, Vahoviak is going to pass back to Bezzetta behind the net. Tries to get up the far side. It's given away at the blue line. And Inskip at the near side. Shot in front, and Tonin gets denied by McDonald. Rebound popped out briefly, but McDonald slaps the mitt down on top. And another hit thrown by the Stars bench on the far side. In the midst of that pass forward. Don't want to break any more boards. The play that hit it was on the near side, so I looked it up during the stoppage. It didn't look like a crazy hit or anything. The boards just kind of gave way. Reed Crossman was in the corner and received the hit from Grady Spicer. They kind of stood there for a bit, and that's when things halted. Chase Pettipiece on the near side. He'll flip it through the neutral zone. It's picked up by Harwood for LaSalle. He'll dump it into the St. Thomas end. Out comes Eric McDonald behind his net. A bit of a gaff and a backhand attempt by Gignac off a turnover. He's going to miss high over the net on the far side. Edmondson takes a spill as the LaSalle Vipers get a steal, enter the zone, and the passing play couldn't be completed in front of the goal. It glides into Eric McDonald. He'll cover it up. And another stoppage in play. The plays seem to be breaking up right on the back end of them, just before that final pass. On both sides, it seems to be that last defensive stick stops the good chances from happening. Face-off won by LaSalle in the offensive zone. Shot from the blue line is redirected into the far corner. Picked up by Savage. Pass to the near side to Monick. Monick back-to-back goals with a game with a goal. He's got 2 goals on the season. Both of them came in the last 2 games. Shot from the far corner hits the goaltender. He'll send it behind the net. Stars are going to retreat to the neutral zone, keep possession of the puck. Pass to Moody on the near side. He'll ring it hard around the boards. Bartel comes out of his net to stop it behind the net. And the defender bobbles it a bit in the corner, but helped out by a teammate. Spicer's going to send it up the far side. Can't find his teammate on that stretch pass. Maurice Savage with it, heading from behind his net. Savage stops up at the red line to lose Harmon. Steps around him, dumps it in, and goes for a line change as his teammates were in need of that. Sal with it in their own zone. Stars force a turnover. Legalic in front to Miles Dunn. Misses on the blocker's side. Didn't quite catch all of it. As LaSalle, a few key turnovers in their own zone, almost end up in the back of the net early in this game. But targets were missed to prevent it. As Reed back in his own zone. Owen Gray in the far corner trying to get the puck for the Stars as they can get it out. Pass through the neutral zone, picked off by Jones for the Vipers. He'll dump it in. To the far side, a Viper all alone and a pass in front, but broken up by the Stars defense. Again, that last pass just can't connect. Martel is going to take a dump in and redirect it into the far corner. Stars trying to turn on him a forecheck again here. Jones finds it in the near corner. He'll send it back to the far side. Picked up by Rosati. Sent out to the neutral zone looking for Harmon. He'll get it into the zone. Teammate's going to come into chase. It's picked up by Rosati. Pass back is intercepted by Wyatt Cameron, and he'll get it back to the defense to pick up. Try and find a way out. Look up the far side. Pass to Ty Lawson is turned over. Shot by Tonin, and a save by McDonald. Hanging on to that one. No rebounds given away. As McDonald hugged that tight. Like a teddy bear in the night. So face-off's going to be to the far side. Saw a nice moment with Adriano Tonin. There's a young fan up against the glass before the game in the warm-ups. Had a sign, had a Tonin jersey on. So Adriano came over and said hello. Thank you for being a fan. Took a picture with him and everything. It was a great moment for that youngster. And kudos to Tonin for coming over and spotting him and giving him that good moment. As the puck's sent in to Bartel, he'll get a quick whistle. So we'll have to reset on our right side on the near face-off dot. Gabe Kinnear in for the draw up against Ian Inskip. In the LaSalle zone. Inskip's going to win it back. St. John up the far side. Stars again creating havoc in that LaSalle zone, forcing some errors, and they'll grab the puck. Ty Lawson pushed up against the far boards. Still inside the LaSalle zone. Lawson scrambling for it. Kinnear in there looking for it as well, and they'll ring it around the boards to the near side. Try their luck on this end. Gabe Kinnear with it. Looking for Crossman out in front. Crossman looking for the pass, but went where he wasn't looking. As Joey Bozzetta with it now in the neutral zone. Stars will try to re-enter. Ty Lawson up the near side. Drops it off for Crossman, and a shot on the far corner. He's going to miss the blocker side. Right in the top corner he was looking. Victor Moody back to defend on the LaSalle rush the other way. Breaks up a play entering the zone. Spicer with it in the offensive zone, though, in the near corner. And it's broken up by Moody again. Crossman gets the pass out. Ty Lawson on the far side. Lawson, pass back to Crossman, but just outside. Or just offside, I should say. As you got to imagine how that delay to start things off altered anybody's game, if any. I know it threw me off a little bit. I was ready to go. And they say, hold on, you got to wait another 20 minutes. You got to find a panel to put in the wall. Referee Michaud, or linesman Michaud, saw something he didn't like on the far side face-off. He's on the near side. Now they drop the puck. And the Vipers will try and come up the ice, up the far side. Pass to Pone in the offensive zone. Trying to get around Moody. Couldn't. As him and Savage broke that entry up. Now on the far side, Dylan Searles up to Chase Pettipiece. He'll dump it in and try and chase and get around the defender. Nice pass from the goaltender. Is going to spring Cunha. He's only got himself with him, though, and tries to pass it off the backboard. Does, and gets a shot off. Nice save by McDonald, and another great chance right in front of the goal, but it's fanned on by Gingras. Now back the other way. The Stars are going to enter the LaSalle zone offside, which is going to force a stoppage. As that was probably a glorious look for Gingras if he could have got a grip on the stick. They're fanned on it, and a gasp from the crowd, or a sigh, I guess you should say. Face off just outside the LaSalle zone. They're going to win the draw. On the near side, Jones tried to get it up the wall to McGean, but it's going to be a hard dumping instead. Pekowski in behind the net's going to pick it up. He's got Owen Gray hounding him from his backside. He'll get a pass off, though, to the far side. Now looking for a pass in front is McGean. He'll get it back to the blue line. Jones on the near side lets it go towards goal. Pekowski blocked it unintentionally, looking for a tip. Rowan Reed pushing his man up in the corner on the near side. Reed's going to carry it up the far side after it pokes loose. And get it to Slatt. Nathan Slatt, a pass out to Reed. It stops up at their own blue line. Monic is going to recover the loose puck. Send it back to Gray now. A pass up the left side for the Stars. Slatt's going to tip it in to the offensive zone. Chartrand finds a loose puck. Can't find his way into the St. Thomas end. Now Jones is going to keep it in at the line. Shakes off a couple hits. Gets it towards goal, but the last defender for the Stars will push it to the far side, and now a flip pass out of the zone, or attempt to. And it's going to hit the ceiling, so that'll be another stoppage in play. Here from the Volmer Culture and Recreation Complex. So face off inside the Stars zone. Yeah, I'm surprised by the connection. I was a little bit afraid from the tales I was told about the connection in this building, but it looks like we're going okay. Just got a message saying we're 45 seconds ahead of flow. Not too bad. Not too much buffering. Fingers crossed at least. Hopefully I didn't just jinx it. As a pass to Wyatt Cameron in the offensive zone. He'll cut to the middle. Skating along the blue line now to the far side. Wyatt Cameron handed off to Vahoviak. A shot from distance. Tipped in front and the pad saved by Bartel. Stars looking to regain possession in the offensive zone. They do. Cameron shot towards goal, and that'll get stopped on the way. Now the Vipers back the other way. Rosati up the far side, a centering pass and another gasp from the crowd as that one's going to miss the target. Miles Dunn takes a hard hit as he's crossing the blue line along the near boards. Pops back up, looks to be all right. Got a little shove from fellow number 23, Grady Spicer. Harmon enters the offensive zone for the Vipers. He'll get pinched up against the boards by Victor Moody. Wyatt Cameron looking for the loose puck. Beats Inskip to it. He'll pass it up to Legalic. Legalic trying to backhand pass along the blue line to enter the zone. Nobody there to receive it. And now the Vipers can't do so the other way as well. A couple turnovers back and forth between the neutral zone area. And the Stars trying to enter the offensive zone are going to be caught offside as well. So another stoppage in play. The Stars are going to change lines. It's funny, GM and Kevin Linker and assistant coach Joe Doyle were saying how long this road trip is and how much of a pain it can be. And then they get here, and in the first minute and a half, they get a 20-minute delay due to a broken panel on the boards. Ironic. Reed Crossman fires it from the far corner to the far side. Or the near corner, I should say. As the Vipers are going to dump it into the St. Thomas end. McDonald comes out to play it, and we got a stoppage in play as he touches the puck. As we'll see what referee decides. See if anyone enters the box. It looks like Chase Pettipies. No, Ty Lawson is going to be entering the box. The penalty boxes here at the Volmer are between the team benches, so they skate to the same side. So Ty Lawson is going to be getting the gate for 2 minutes. LaSalle on the power play. 21st in the league, which is third last in the league. 12.1%. See if they can capitalize on this chance and try and improve that. Pass from the near side is tipped on goal in front. McDonald finds it. He'll hang on for a whistle. An easy chance saved there for Ricky Mack. Shave off a few seconds of this power play. St. Thomas's penalty kill, 11th in the league, 81.7%. As that has shown some improvement since the preseason and the beginning of the season. Pass to Tonin on the near side, and Chartrand, a shot from right between the hash marks, is denied by the left pad of Ricky Mack. Gignac gets the rebound. LaSalle still in the zone. Shot from distance through traffic, and McDonald finds that one as well. Hangs on with the glove, as he had to look through quite a few bodies on the way there. The puck finding its way through probably about 6 or 7 different bodies on its way to the net. Heavy traffic. Along the blue line, the Vipers win the draw. St. John pass to the far side. Gignac looks towards goal from the top circle. Blocker save on a shot by Gignac by McDonald. Tonin gets the rebound, keeps it in the zone. He'll skate along the blue line to the near side. Gignac, the near face-off dot, pass in the slot. Another save by McDonald and the rebound, and he makes a couple stops. And now we got a scrum beside Eric McDonald. A bit of a quick whistle. The puck was still loose. And a couple of shoving matches to the left of the goaltender. But the play was stopped. And Ricky Mack made at least a couple saves before the whistle went. LaSalle's going to bring out their second power play unit with 1:14 left on the man advantage. So St. Thomas with a defensive zone draw. Cade Kinnear is going to be the one in to take it. The Vipers a little bit late getting into the dot. But Gingras will go up against Kinnear on the far side. To the left of Eric McDonald, the Vipers will win it on the power play. Harmon skates in front, tipped in front, and another pad save by McDonald on a redirect right in front of him. Sticks out the pad nicely. Stars get the clear. Bartel stops it up behind his net. Picked up by McNally. He'll drop it off behind him for the defenders to rush forward. Spicer gets it at the blue line on the near side. He'll walk towards the middle of the zone. On the far side, Rosati. Skating around the net now, Rosati is. On the outside to the near side now. He'll drop it off for Harmon. Harmon back for Rosati at the blue line. Rosati thought about a pass across. The stick of Matsos in the way, so he rethinks it. Now he'll try across. Far side, McNally's shot misses the target. Rebound comes around the near side. Rosati back in the middle of the blue line for McNally. Return to the Harmon on the near side, and a broken up play. Nice defensive stick by Matsos again, as they'll get the clear down the ice. Played by the goaltender out to Spencer at the neutral zone. Searles forces a turnover just inside the LaSalle end, and that'll break up their exit. Now they'll try again. Spicer to the far side. He's got Pekowski in the zone. He'll grab the puck in behind the net. Pekowski into the far or the near corner to Gingras. Tried to fire it in front of the goal. Took a redirect into the far corner. It goes. Pass off to Pekowski. He's trying to weave around Rory Savage. Teammate's going to help out and pick up the puck. Back up to Pekowski. Still stuck in that far corner are the Vipers. Back and forth, the give and go, but they're not going anywhere. Pekowski now in front. A shot and a save by McDonald on quite a few give and goes by Pekowski in that far corner. Nothing doing as McDonald denies the chance they end up getting. It was Pekowski and McGee, pardon me. Just not given any room by those hounding Stars defenders. They do a good job killing off the penalty. 3:12 left in this first period. 0-0 between the two teams. McDonald makes a save on a distance shot from the blue line. Sends the puck behind the net. Vipers still looking for it, keeping it in the zone. McGee's got it tied up in his skates, and two Stars muscle it off him. They'll grab the puck. Into the far corner it goes for Wyatt Cameron. He gets closed down on quickly by DeForge. Now Owen Gray's going to come in and try and grab that puck. It's being battled for hard. Now the Vipers grab it in the offensive zone. Shot from distance again, and right in the chest of Eric McDonald. He'll hold on for another whistle. Not so many great chances for the Vipers. They are keeping it in the zone and creating pressure, though. Just can't find any good looks to challenge McDonald. He's stopped everything that's sent his way. A few better chances earlier in the period. LaSalle wins it again in the offensive zone. Spicer, shot from the blue line, is blocked by Crossman. Crossman pushes him up against the boards, sends the puck to the near corner. Owen Gray looking for it now, trying to chop it out. Ends up going to the far side. Ty Lawson. They'll flip it to the neutral zone. Stopped up by the LaSalle defense. Kinnear turns it over, or forces a turnover. Crossman in front, and he fanned on the shot at the last second. Couldn't get it on net. He was all alone. Perhaps a little shocked he was all alone after that play. Adriano Tonin in the neutral zone. Try and get around Reed. Drops it off. A shot from distance. Rebound, and it goes just wide. Oh, a yawning net on the near side. They just can't get it on target. They'll hit the side mesh, but not the mesh inside. Now Harwood from the near side. Try to pass, a hard pass across the net to the far side. Nobody there to redirect it towards goal. Well, the Stars will pick it up in the far corner. Cade Kinnear in his own zone. Plays it around the defender and now flips it to the neutral zone. Fired back in by the Vipers, as they'll have to check back on side. It gives Reed a chance to collect it, get it to Owen Gray. Outlet pass is a bit of a fumbled one. We'll give the Vipers back the puck. Rowan Reed pushes ahead and sends it into the zone and takes Gingras down hard on the near boards. Gingras was looking for a hit on Rowan Reed, but Rowan Reed flipped the script and took him down instead. Now the Vipers up the near side. Gignac. He'll halt up along the boards. Try and get it up to Gingras in the near corner. But the Stars managed to flip it up and out into the neutral zone, only as far as the LaSalle defense. Long stretch pass from their own zone, looking for Gignac at the offensive blue line, but that's going to go by him and end up being an icing call, as the referees are going to have to find which Vipers were still out there. As we head back to the near side on the near face-off circle in the LaSalle zone. As they'll take a defensive zone draw here with 44.4 seconds left. McNally will get the puck off the draw, head behind his net. Flipped down to the near side to Gignac. Gignac stops up along the near boards again. Joey Bezzetta looking to whack the puck away from him. He'll pinch him up against the boards now with some help from Max Monick. Sent back into the neutral zone. Nathan Slatt will collect it and send it back to his defenders. Joey Bezzetta up to Slatt. Slatt crosses the line on the near side into the offensive zone. Sends the puck to the far corner. George Matzos looking for it. Stopped up along the far boards. Stars win it back though in the offensive zone. Shot from distance is stopped by Bartel, as Luke Vahoviak got a good grip on that one and sent it top corner on the glove side. But nice catch by Bartel denies that chance. Stayed square to the distance shooter. Just 4.3 seconds left. The Stars have an offensive zone draw here. Eloan Legalic in to take the face-off up against Chartrand. Legalic wins it. Quick shot and a save again by Bartel. That one square in his chest as he was down in the butterfly and squeezed that tight. So now just 1.8 seconds left on the clock. Still 0-0 here from LaSalle, as the face-off won by the Stars back to the blue line, but nobody there to take that quick shot. So 20 minutes in the books from the Vollmer Culture and Recreation Complex, as the St. Thomas Stars 0 and LaSalle Vipers 0. Don't see any shot clocks that I can look at quickly, so I'm not sure where that's standing. We'll see it on stars.gohl.ca, so head there if you want all the detailed stats. Keep up live with the play. So we'll take a quick break for first intermission, as both teams yet to find the board. Coaches with some work to do in the locker room, try and change that for their team. Live from the Vollmer Culture and Recreation Complex on the St. Thomas Stars YouTube channel, I'm Phil Pimentel. We'll take a quick break for first intermission and be back in just a bit.
Welcome back to the LaSalle Vipers.
Welcome back to LaSalle, Ontario, live on our St. Thomas Stars YouTube page. Live streaming at away games continues, and it's going well tonight from an arena that I was told I'd have trouble with. And so far, tonight's better than it was in LaSalle a couple of weeks ago. Or not LaSalle, we're in LaSalle. Listowel a couple of weeks ago. So far, so good. The St. Thomas Stars and the LaSalle Vipers 0-0 on the board, as it's been a competitive first period, although a lot of the golden chances didn't come to fruition due to some last-minute poke checks or some targets missed. Probably the best chances ended up in the players missing the target. And we'll see if any of that changes tonight here. at the Vollmer Culture and Recreation Center, as the Stars try and find the board and keep their road game winning streak going, winning their last 2 on the road in Listowel and in Waterloo. So far, LaSalle 0 for 1 on the power play. And just checking the shots online, they've just been updated to 21-14 in favor of the LaSalle Vipers. Hopefully they can check that a little more frequently. It's a little bit hard to multitask, though, as the puck has been dropped here in LaSalle for the second period. 0-0 after the first 20. As LaSalle enters the zone, Chartron with a good chance backhand and shoots that over the blocker of McDonald. Rebound comes to the near side. St. John tried a shot from distance. That stayed along the ice the whole way, and McDonald, no trouble there, steers it to the far corner. As the Stars pick it up now in their own zone, Rory Savage stopped up behind his net. He'll look for a clean way out as he starts his way across his own blue line into the neutral zone, now into the offensive zone up the near side. Rory Savage still with it. Pass out in front for Wyatt Cameron. Just a little bit out of his reach. And onto the LaSalle sticks. LaSalle back the other way. Nice poke check by Victor Moody disturbs their entrance. Into the far corner, Miles Dunn looking for it. Moody comes in to pick up a loose puck after it's poke checked off Miles Dunn. Now LaSalle turns it over in the zone. They're looking towards goal. They don't let it go, though. Some palms skyward from the crowd here as they're looking for a shot. There's one from the blue line, but no trouble there for McDonald. Stars exit the zone. Legalic receives a pass up along the short boards on the far side, just by the St. Thomas bench. LaSalle steals the puck, rings it around the near side to Rosati, who enters the zone. Will get in behind the goal line. Pass out in front and a shot between the legs, and another stop by McDonald. 3 in a row, and laying on his side, he got the glove up and made a nice glove save on that third chance. Eric McDonald thought he was out of the play, but he was lying on his side. A little bit of a George Costanza pose. Gets the glove up right in the mitt. Beautiful save by Eric McDonald. Another pass across the crease in front of the goal on a face-off win by LaSalle, but a quick whistle on the draw. Referee didn't like something he saw there. I think he was quite ready for the puck to drop. That call made by the official, again, far away from the play in the neutral zone. St. Thomas wins their defensive zone draw. Up to Crossman on the near side. Crossman hands it off to Lawson, who's going to get closed down on along the boards. Now Inskip enters the zone for LaSalle. Inskip in behind the goal line, looks for a pass behind the net. Can't find it as it's given away, and Kinnear flips it high into the neutral zone. Teammate Reed Crossman looking for it, takes a big hit. He'll end up on his rear as the Vipers dump it in. Owen Gray picks it up in the near corner. Saucer pass to Lawson out by the blue line, their own blue line. Now they enter the offensive zone. Cade Kinnear along the near boards. Rings it hard around the boards to the far side. Owen Reed closes in and tried to keep it in, but couldn't do so. Velarde pass ahead into the offensive zone come the Vipers. Tonin a shot towards goal. That's a blocker save for McDonald. And a rebound to the far side. And that's sent towards McDonald as well, but he gobbles it up. Hangs on, giving no rebounds. As Eric McDonald looking sharp again tonight. He's had a couple stellar games in a row. Really the only blemish on his stat sheet so far came from that Elmira game where he had to come in halfway through it cold off the bench after Durno got injured. Other than that, he's had some great outings in every game as Edmondson took a shot after entering, and now a shove in front of the goal as a big shoving match. Dylan Searles down on the ice gets the worst of it as a few LaSalle Vipers closed in on him after he tried to poke at a loose puck in the pads of the goaltender, and it looks like there's going to be a penalty out of all that. Cole Edmondson got a good chance entering the zone, but tried to go 5-hole, but Bartel closed up the pads. And it looks like Dylan Searles is going to be escorted to the box. And we'll see if there's one offsetting. Yes, there is. No, there's not. Spicer headed to the bench instead of the box, as Dylan Searles is the only one to get the infraction. It looks like he got called for a slashing play on the play in front of the goal. So Lasalle Vipers with their second power play chance of the game will try to find the board first. Pass to the far side. Tonin can't get a handle on the puck at the top of the far circle, as he had to recover or keep possession along the boards. Now the puck with Gignac on the near side. Gignac, pass back to the blue line. St. John looks for Tonin in the middle, and a shot through traffic hits one of the bodies. Heads to the near side. St. John with it again to the blue line. Gignac, pass to the far side. Tonin, whip pass in front, scores! It's batted home off the rebound off the pads, and the LaSalle Vipers strike first. And it's going to be Joseph Gingras, who got that's Cunha, who got his stick on the puck off the rebound. There was a few Vipers in there, but the final result, Michael Cunha is the one who bats it into the empty net on the near side off the rebound off the pads of McDonald. And McDonald's going to give up his first of the night. Shots still say 21. I'm sure that's changed. As the Vipers strike first, up 1-0 here in the second period. Sure, I should have put the score up on the screen, because now I'm going to have to multitask while the play is going on. The Vipers enter the zone. Up on the near side, Pekovsky drives towards goal, looks for it on the far side. Down was McDonald, and Pekovsky couldn't end up getting the shot off. There we go. Scores updated as the Vipers have it on the near side. St. John into the offensive zone, trying to get around Rory Savage. Can't do so. Nathan Slatt picks up the loose puck. 3-on-2 chance here for the Stars as they enter the zone. Pass in front. Redirected by the Vipers defense. Another loose puck. Matzos can't get a grip on that as it bounces up over his stick after he tried to corral it. It looked like the puck was just sitting there, and somehow it bounced. Now Rory Savage receives a stretch pass, but the referee's going to call that offside, which halts what looked like a very promising entry for the Stars. They had numbers forward, about 4 of them, on one defender that was back. But nothing doing. We'll take a face-off outside of LaSalle zone. LaSalle on the left side, going to the right this period. St. Thomas defending that right goal, going to the left. As LaSalle wins the draw, they'll flip it into the St. Thomas zone. Rosati finds it first. Rosati stopped up, passed back to Tonin at the blue line. A shot and a save by McDonald, and a quick whistle. As that puck again still looked loose. There's been a couple of those tonight. Loose puck, and the referee helps the goaltender out with a quick whistle. So St. Thomas defensive zone draw. Chartrand up against Wyatt Cameron. Cameron wins that draw. Receives the puck along the far boards. Pass to the neutral zone to Legalic, doesn't work. St. Thomas is going to have to try again as Owen Gray flips it up the near wall from his own zone. Wyatt Cameron battling for it at the blue line, gets it ahead, and Legalic chases it into the zone. Eloan Legalic pass in front to Cameron. Into his skates, he had to kick it to control it. On the far side, Reed gets it in deep. Miles Dunn pinching his man up against the boards behind the LaSalle net. Trying to battle for that loose puck. Jones manages to bank it off the near boards up to Chartrand. Chartrand dumps it in around the Stars defenders. He'll catch it on the other side of them on the near corner. Pass back to the blue line. McNally shot towards goal. Can't hit anybody looking for it. Into the far corner it goes. Now back to the blue line along the far boards. Shot from distance, redirected but over the goal. As the puck found again by Harmon. Pass off the back of the net. He'll receive it to himself. Up the near boards now. Pass to the point at the far side. Jones walks in. Shot through traffic. Hits a body and stops up dead in its tracks. Here comes Eloan Legalic up the near side now. Into the offensive zone. 2-on-1. Looking to the far side to Cameron. Couldn't quite control that. Defender might have got a last-minute poke check to redirect it away from him. As Rosati on the near side. Chance for LaSalle Vipers. The other way. Scores! Nicholas Rosati with a beautiful shot, beating Eric McDonald on the glove side. Just at the hash marks of the near circle, Rosati gets the second of the game for the Vipers to give them a 2-0 lead. So Rosati and Cunha, the scorers for the Vipers. Both goals coming in the second period. And the Vipers up by 2 now. As they'll drop the puck, and the St. Thomas Stars are going to have to battle back. Battle uphill. Puck gets sent into their own zone. Vahoviak in the near corner. Turnover, and a shot in front was fanned on. Would have been a great chance for the Vipers. Ty Lawson now carries it into the offensive zone for the Stars. Rebound off the backboards, almost end up in front of the net. Goaltender scrambled it away as he was in panic mode. Ty Lawson battling for it behind the net still. Teammate Crossman comes in to help out. Loose puck, trying to jam it from beside the net. Can't get it past the goaltender. Vipers get it away and into the offensive zone for them. St. Thomas scrambles to get it out in the neutral zone as they'll restructure. LaSalle with it from their own end. Velarde tips it into the offensive zone. Picked up by Vahoviak, sent back the other way. Cade Kinnear up the near side, entering the offensive zone. Cade Kinnear dangles around St. John. Now he'll walk around behind the net. Stopped up. And a shot from Pettipice on the far side came after the whistle. He'll take a shove from the Vipers, but a great job by Cade Kinnear to dangle around St. John and force the Vipers to take a penalty, looks like. That's what I'm guessing, at least. The play was stopped suddenly. There's a couple discussions here. I'm not sure the Vipers are getting anything. Not sure what that stoppage was for, but nonetheless, still 5-on-5. As Dylan Searles comes in for the offensive zone draw against Ian Inskip. The 271s battle, and the Vipers come away with the draw in their own zone. They'll send it up the near side. Dylan Searles wins that loose puck. Sent back to his defenders. Away comes Rory Savage. Into the offensive zone he comes, up the near side. Savage, a shot, looking glove side. He'll miss the target. Rebound comes out to the neutral zone. Cunha picks it up. Victor Moody steals the puck off him. Can't get it out, though, as Gignac steals it. And now Searles will stop the pass attempt in the zone. They'll get it out. Back and forth again. Now Cunha again in alone on the goal. And a last-minute poke check. And a beauty by Rory Savage to deny a great chance again for Cunha. Well, St. Thomas the other way, a 2-on-3. Cole Edmondson's going to stop up and look for a pass. He'll dump it in now along the near corner. The Vipers pick it up. Outlet pass up the center. Gingras picks it up and enters in the zone. Gingras, a backhand pass across the front of the goal, but nobody there. And another stoppage in play. It looks like the net's off. Looks like the nets come off fairly easily here in LaSalle. That's one thing we would like to see mandated, perhaps, is the NHL size pegs on the nets. It has been a problem in this league in a lot of buildings. The nets pop off very easy, especially for goaltenders that love to push off the posts. We saw a big case in Elmira earlier this season against the Stars where they got what they thought was a game-tying goal in the last 30 seconds, but the ref said the net popped off. Didn't look to me like it made any difference in the play. Puck was still going in, and it went in the center of the goal, so a tough break for the Stars on that night, but perhaps NHL-sized pegs would have prevented that. As the Stars flip it high into the neutral zone from their own zone. Up the near boards, it's battled for. Slat wins the puck, enters the offensive zone, finds Monick. They'll dump it in behind the goal line for Slat. Vipers scramble it to the blue line, and a shot attempt is going to be blocked. Now back into the neutral zone. Owen Gray picks it up. Gray up to Slat up along the near boards. He tried to tip ahead to Monick. That didn't work. Stars have to try again. The puck is acting all kinds of funny tonight. Taking some funny bounces and some dead stops and weird plays. Got a broken board to start the game. It's a strange night here in LaSalle. Along the far boards, Miles Dunn picks it up. Outlet pass stopped up at the blue line by the Vipers. Scrambling forward again in the skates and sticks. Away comes Harmon with it. He walks in front looking for Rosati on the near side. Just couldn't tap it home on the open net. Again, a wide open goal on the near side. Harmon with it now, battling from the near corner. Gets a shot off and a save by McDonald with the pads. Right in front of the goal. Rebound cleared to the side by the Stars. Up the near side, they'll scramble it out to the neutral zone. LaSalle recovers possession though. Rosati to Harmon as he tries to cross the blue line. He's poke checked by Legalic. And a steal by the Stars, but they'll have to turn back after a couple whacks. Loosened up the puck. Reed off the glass on the near side, looking for Miles Dunn at the blue line. Gets past him though. LaSalle back the other way. Chartrand into the St. Thomas end. From the near circle, tried a shot. Redirected away from the goal by Gray. Out to the neutral zone. Tonen's going to try and enter again. A diving attempt by Chartrand on the far side to get onside. But all in vain as his teammate crosses the blue line. That'll be offside. Couldn't quite check back in time. So Cunha with his goal is going to get his 4th of the season in his 18th game. And then Rosati his 3rd in his 18th game, or his 19th game, I should say. As again, these Vipers have been struggling in the past few weeks. Record of their last 10, 1-8-1 coming into this game. So they're looking to turn it around, and they're on the right track so far, up 2-0. With 9:17 left in this second period. Face off in the Star zone on our near side. Stars will win it. And away comes Cade Kinnear. Drop pass for Lawson as he enters the zone. Trying to get a one-handed pass off to Searles on the far side. Or pardon me, Pettipice is out there with them. On the near side, Ty Lawson. Up the far side. Reed Crossman comes in to try and win it along the boards. He gets pushed up against them by St. John. Loose puck pops out to Lawson, though. Winds up shot and a save by Bartel. As that one hits him right in the Vipers logo. He'll crouch down and hug it tight. Say thank you very much. New affiliate player on the bench for St. Thomas, playing the backup role in net as Dylan Durrell's still out with an injury. Told he was day-to-day. But Jeremy Amaral, a London Knight U18 player, young goaltender, will have a nice seat tonight. Get a good look at some GOHL action. St. Thomas wins an offensive zone draw back to the point to Vahoviak, but his shot from the blue line is caught by the glove of Bartel. So an offensive zone draw for the Stars. Dylan Searles in to take it up against Gingras. Searles wins it back, but it's stolen by Gignac off the wing. Cunha dumps it into the far corner. Joey Bezzetta back to get it, and gets a nice chop at it to get it to the near boards to a couple teammates who are now battling for it. Into the neutral zone it goes. McNally picks it up for the Vipers. Nice passing play through the neutral zone, finds Gingras in the offensive zone, cuts to the middle, shot on net, and a kick save by McDonald. Will send it to the far boards. In the far corner, Joey Bezzetta picks it up. Bezzetta walks around behind his goal. Out in front of it. Try to stretch pass, fanned on the first attempt. Got it again, but it's picked off. As Jones gets the steal, sends it back into the Stars net zone. In the neutral zone, Cole Edmondson trying to win a battle for the puck against Jones. Both of them glide right by the puck as they were more concerned with each other. Now Cole Edmondson getting into a scrap with Jones. They're going to drop the gloves and go. Cole Edmondson outsized by Jones, but not out-hearted as he's swinging away. Oh my, what a big tussle. A couple lefts by Cole Edmondson, a few lefts more. And Jones is all tied up. Now he's got the right hand free. They go down. Oh my goodness, what a fight by Cole Edmondson. Oh, all heart. Jones towered over him. It looks like Cole Edmondson got the better of that tussle as he got quite a few more punches in and ended up on top, going down. And a great scrap to try and get the boys going, down by 2. Oh, Cole Edmondson. All kinds of fired up. And now the referees are going to have to sort out some penalty minutes as they decide what started all that. But nonetheless, a great scrap from Cole Edmondson and Brody Jones. That's the second scrap in as many games as Nathan Slack got into a fight in Waterloo. Not that he had much to say about it. The Waterloo player just kind of started swinging away at him, and we had no choice. After Slack made a massive hit at the blue line last Sunday. Cole Edmondson, all kinds of fired up as he was skating by the boys on the bench. And the captains trying to figure out what's going to be handed out here on the penalty minute board. Lasalle Vipers still hanging on to that 2-0 lead here in the second period. 7:41 left on the clock in this second frame. And it looks like we're going to be 5-on-5, so just the fighting majors and misconduct will be handed out as LaSalle tries to enter the zone. On the near side, they'll scramble for the loose puck. It's picked up by Pekovsky. Pekovsky back to the blue line. A shot from distance and a save made by McDonald on the long distance attempt. Again, a good rebound control, gobbling that up nicely.
Both received 5 minutes for fighting, and the game was conduct out of the calls.
So I'm going to take a quick peek and see if the shot clock's been updated at all. If I had to guess, LaSalle is out shooting these Stars by a little bit. Hasn't been updated quite as much as I'd like. It says 23-14. It was 21-14 coming into the period, so I don't think that's correct. Up the near side, Cade Kinnear. He'll enter the offensive zone, pass across attempt, and that's redirected way up and over the glass on the far side. And that puck took flight. They saw some good sights on the way. It was almost united with Dr. Caitlin Walker on the far side. Trainer for the St. Thomas Stars, daughter of Corey Walker. So face off on the near side after a bit of a stoppage there. Trying to get a fresh puck from the fridge. St. Thomas wins the draw to the far side, trying to stay in the LaSalle zone. Wyatt Cameron in the far corner. Backhand pass in front. Shot saved by Bartel. Rebound goes right through the crease as it went past the goaltender, but the angle sent it to the near boards. Nobody in front of the goal to try and find that puck. LaSalle sends it to the far side in their own zone. Now through center ice. Pass to the near side was behind St. John. They'll have to chase it down. Rosati with it, and we're going to get a stoppage in play as the puck was played with a high stick. So that'll force the face-off inside the LaSalle zone. So good offensive zone chance here for an offensive zone draw for the Stars. Cade Kinnear is going to be in to take it. Ty Lawson on his left, Reed Crossman on his right. Owen Gray at the blue line is going to receive the puck. He'll turn and fire it in behind the goal line. Crossman stops it up for Ty Lawson. Far corner. Lawson blows a tire but gets it off to Kinnear. Pass in front and just off the stick of Crossman. But there's going to be a penalty behind the play, it looks like, against LaSalle. A tripping call as Andon Harwood is pleading his case to the referee, but I don't think he's going to get anywhere with it, as he's going to get some penalty minutes tacked on to his total. And the St. Thomas Stars, third place power play in the league, gets a chance to cut this lead within one. Cade Kinnear in for the draw. Power play looks like Cade Kinnear in the middle, Gallic on the left, Owen Gray and Miles Dunn at the points, and Rory Savage on the right wing. Pass back to Owen Gray, gets past him and outside the zone. He'll have to chase back as he's got Chartrand all over him. Owen Gray heads out from behind his net now, going all the way back. Pass out to Miles Dunn as they fly down the ice. Rory Savage up the right side, and a stoppage. Calling it offside are the referees. So that'll stop that entry attempt. Face off just outside the LaSalle zone on the far side. No, it'll be on the near side. To our left in the neutral zone. Fetter's got the puck, ready to drop it. Gingras against Kinnear on the outside. Gingras muscles his way forward and dumps that down the ice. Owen Gray picks it up behind his net. Minute 30 left on this power play for the Stars. Savage up the right side, finds Miles Dunn, pass back to Owen Gray up top. Legalic on the near side, shot, hits the side of the net on the blocker side on the near post. Rebound controlled by the Stars, back for Legalic at the point. His pass attempt is redirected out the zone to the far side. Miles Dunn, backhand pass to Gray, gives it back to Dunn in the neutral zone. Dunn trying to come up the near side. It's taken down along the boards. Legalic keeps it in. Legalic up for Kinnear. Pass in front to Savage. Over to Dunn. Shot hits the side of the net on the far side this time. As the Stars are having trouble finding the target tonight. That's a few chances now throughout the game where they've had a great look but just missed the target. Stopped up behind his net again is Owen Gray as he looks for his forwards to fly ahead. 30 seconds left with the 5-on-4. Wyatt Cameron enters the zone, looks for Lawson in front, off a skate. To the near boards it goes. Pettipice back to Vahoviak. Vahoviak along the near boards, looks for Pettipice, but a nice defensive play by Harmon breaks up that pass. Gives the Vipers a chance to clear it down the ice. McDonald comes out to stop it. We'll cycle it to the far side. Wyatt Cameron with it now. As the Stars just about out of time with his power play. Cameron across the center line, now into the offensive zone, gives it to Lawson. In behind the net, Wyatt Cameron shakes off a Vipers player. Backhand pass to the point to Vahoviak. Stops up, bank pass off the boards, looking for some players out in front of the goal. But a giveaway, and now a break the other way. Tonen's all alone, shot, and he sent it wide on the blocker's side. He was trying to go 5-hole. Mac got just enough of it. Net pops off in the process. But that puck going wide after the save by McDonald. So there'll be an offensive zone draw in favor of LaSalle to our right on the far side. Inskip is in to take the draw, and Pettipice is going to get a rare face-off. Don't see him in the dot too often. Chase Pettipice can't win it, as the Vipers do. Back to the point, and a shot is deflected up and over the net and over the glass, forcing a stoppage in play. The Stars will now get a full line change. Just under 4 minutes left in this second period. Score still 2-0 for the LaSalle Vipers. Goals coming from Cunha and Rosati. So another face-off on the far dot. LaSalle wins it again. Back to the point, shot through traffic, blocked by Max Monick as he clears it to the center ice. LaSalle dumps it right back into that St. Thomas zone. Owen Reed tried to clear it to the near side, ends up going far side off a bounce. Into the far corner. The Stars scrambling for it. Victor Moody turns away from Tonin. Now he's got some room. Flip pass up the far side. Nobody there, though. And it looks like icing's been waved off as Searles tries to chase it in. Up the near side. Moody can't keep it in at the line. He'll pass back to Reed. Reed back from Moody. Ricochet sends it right back to Victor Moody as he sends it up the far side in the neutral zone. Now the Stars will dump it in to the Vipers zone as Moody now gets it deep for Searles. Nice play by McNally. Gets it around Searles, but it's kept in by Max Monick on the near side. Lasalle trying to look for that pass to get up the ice. Tonin springing away. Flip pass through the air is caught by Rowan Reed, and a bobble at the blue line by the Vipers after the defensive stop is going to force an offside again. So we'll have a face-off just outside the St. Thomas zone on the far side. St. Thomas in need of some offense here, down by 2. There's been a bit of a juju in that puck, though, tonight. It's been hopping away from blades and going where they don't think it's going to go. As Wyatt Cameron presses his man up against the boards in the far corner. St. Thomas in the offensive zone win the puck. Miles Dunn turns and fires it deep. As Legalick looking for it now, but the Vipers manage to get it out. No, they don't. Legalick steals it. Pass in front to Dunn, and it's just ahead of him again. Now on the far side, Wyatt Cameron backhand in front. That's a pad save for Bartel. Now back to the blue line. Bezzetta tried to send it towards goal. That's blocked. Sent back towards the St. Thomas zone. Vahoviak picks it up. Stretch pass. Miles Dunn ends up with it, trying to dangle around Pekovsky. Puck got away from him. He has to chase it behind the goal line. Vahoviak a shot from the near side. That'll be blocked on the way. Rebound's loose, and now a break for the Vipers. It's Cunha. 2-on-1. Cunha shot saved by McDonald. Got that one with the paddle. On the far side, another chance as a shot from the far dot by Spicer was blocked in front. Net's off again. That's the third time in this period, I believe, that net's popped off pretty easily. Again, I think that's something that would make a world of difference in this league, is if those NHL size pegs were regulated and mandatory. Because it happens all too often at these away rinks. At the Joe, they've got the NHL size pegs, so you rarely see the net pop off. If you do, it's usually a significant contact with the net. As Rosati comes up the near side, he'll turn back along the boards in the neutral zone. Now he'll circle back and try and enter. Pass to the far side. Didn't work. And now a rush the other way as Wyatt Cameron trying to stick lift. He's got Legalick with him. Scramble along the far side. Wyatt Cameron getting in all kinds of trouble. Loose puck picked up by Legalick. Finds Cameron in the far corner again. Couldn't settle that down. As the Vipers come back the other way, Harmon entering the offensive zone. Drop pass to Rosati on a nice one. Rosati tries a centering pass, and that's broken up by Crossman. Rosati ends up with the puck again, trying to turn towards goal. That's poked away from him. In the far corner, Rory Savage sends it back to the near corner to defensive partner Owen Gray. And he'll find Lawson in the neutral zone. Lawson entering up the left side, finds Kinnear. Kinnear trying to cross the ice to the far side. It's off a skate. Stopped up, now he's got a battle for it. Kinnear catches the puck and tries to re-enter the zone. It's taken down. No penalty on that play as he looked at the referee. Now Rory Savage battling for it, trying to get a puck out in front. That's off a skate again. Lasalle denying those pucks from entering that front of the goal, the danger area. Crossman back for Kinnear. Kinnear can't get around Inskip. Now he does, as he's got some room. Fanned on a shot. And again, the puck disagreeing with the St. Thomas Stars' intents. As Kinnear would have had a great shot at the end of this period, but can't get it off. And the St. Thomas Stars are going to enter the third, down 2-0. Here in LaSalle at the Vollmer Culture and Recreation Complex. LaSalle Vipers clinging on to that 2-goal lead, looking for a win, and a much-needed one for them. Sitting in that 8th place, but having played a few more games than a few teams. They want to avoid digging themselves too deep of a hole. So St. Thomas with some work to do in the third. Try and get back in this game and close the gap. Live from Lasalle, Ontario at the Volmer Culture and Recreation Complex on the St. Thomas Stars YouTube channel. We thank you for joining and listening in. I'm Phil Pimentel. We'll take a quick break for second intermission and be back with some GOHL action in just a bit. Welcome back to the St. Thomas Stars YouTube channel. Live or streaming from this beautiful building in LaSalle, the Volmer Culture Recreation Complex. And the St. Thomas Stars entering the third period down 2-0 as they need to turn things around here tonight if they want to take any points home with them on the long trip back to St. Thomas. They're getting back extra late tonight after that long delay to start things off. The board panel breaking in the first minute and a half of this game. So you can bet they'd like to bring this back and try and get some points to increase the mood on the way back home tonight. Goal scorers for the Vipers. It was Michael Cunha getting the first, and Nicholas Rosati getting the insurance marker for the LaSalle Vipers. Both coming in that second period. As Jason Williams and company, coaching staff, Joe Doyle and Darren Williams, no doubt had some words to say in that locker room to try and turn around the boys. A little pep in their step. They played well for the most part, but the puck just seems to be acting pretty funny on them tonight, taking some weird hops. Right when they're trying to make that final pass or that final shot, the puck just seems to be saying, no thank you, I want to go this way instead. So maybe somebody had a conversation with the puck in intermission too. See if that helps. As we're underway for the third period, here from LaSalle, Ontario, the Vipers are going to control the puck off the draw, up the far side, entering the zone. Whip pass across to the near side to Harmon, goes through his stick. St. Thomas entering the far side. Rosati breaks up the pass to Legalic up along the far boards. LaSalle trying to enter the St. Thomas zone again. Up the near side comes Captain Chartrand. He'll send it in behind the goal. Harmon looking for it. Up against Rory Savage. They're both tied up against the boards behind the net. Loose puck picked up by Rosati, sent back to the blue line on the near side. Harwood. His pass in front of the goal was redirected. Long stretch pass attempt from Legalic is picked off by Harwood. Otherwise, Miles Dunn would have been all alone on a breakaway. Instead, Victor Moody passing it from behind his net. Up the near side. Inskip back behind his goal line, battling up against Reed Crossman for a bouncing puck. Up the far side, Pekovsky gives it away. Chance in front. Shot right beside the goal. Wyatt Cameron can't hit the target. In tight confines. Cameron pass in front to Crossman. He takes a shot, but no puck there again. As he fans on another one, these good chances in front. Just going through the sticks of the Stars tonight. Vipers flip it up the far side. Kept in at the line by Kinnear, but can't settle that hopping puck down after the fact. Chasing it into the neutral zone now. The Vipers enter the offensive zone. Up the far side. Shots. Blocker save by McDonald. Sends it to the near boards. Inskip gets it to Tonin as the Vipers retain control in the offensive zone. Back to McNally at the blue line. McNally shot through traffic and a pad save by McDonald on the far side. Stars scramble it to the neutral zone, but the Vipers get possession back. McNally. Bank pass off the near boards to Inskip. That didn't work, but the Vipers retain possession. They'll send it back to the defenders and try again. McNally. Pass to Gignac, who's hanging out at the St. Thomas blue line. Well, pass in the far side to Gingras. Has to chase it into the near corner. Floating puck right through the front of the goal. Picked up eventually by Kinnear. Flip pass through the neutral zone. Pass to the near side. Pettipace, it hops off his stick. Oh my goodness. Someone's playing some tricks tonight. Just a few days after Halloween. As McDonald stops it up behind his goal. Sends it to the near boards. Gignac turned and fired it after picking it up along the wall, and that one's redirected up and out of play. Boy, this puck is all kinds of unpredictable tonight. Stars just can't get some grips. I don't know if somebody oiled up their blades before the game, threw some butter on there, or if somebody warmed up that puck to make it extra bouncy. Slat takes a spill as he dumps it into the zone. Looks towards the official, no hands up. As the Stars dump it in deep again behind the goal line. Now picked up by Harwood to the far side. Flip pass is picked off by the Stars as they keep it in the zone briefly. And now coming the other way is Spicer. Spicer pass to the blue line is going to go off a skate and end up being offside. So we'll have another face-off in the neutral zone just outside the Stars' end to our left. St. Thomas struggling to get anything going now. They need to turn things around quick here. Almost, or just over 3 minutes gone in this third period already. They need to cut that lead within one and try and get things rolling. Up the far side, a pass out of the LaSalle zone. Ends up in St. Thomas's zone. Victor Moody picks it up, flips it off the glass. It goes all the way down the ice. The goaltender Bartel in his own net will keep the play going, giving it to McNally, who heads behind his own goal. Now Pekovsky up the near side as the LaSalle Vipers head up the ice. Flipped in deep into the St. Thomas zone. Ends up in the far corner. Legalic picks it up. Backhand pass ahead sends George Matsos into the neutral zone. Matsos trying to attack up the far side. They'll send it into the corner. Legalic picks it up now. Legalic getting battled all the way into the neutral zone as they were fighting for that puck. Eventually heads to the Stars defenders. Rory Savage sends it behind the net. Funny bounce. Reed has to adjust and pick it up. Now he's battling for it in the near corner. Given away in the zone. LaSalle. Spicer up the near circle. A shot saved by McDonald as he had that puck, or that pad, flushed to the ice. To deflect that puck. Owen Reed up the near boards. Puck hops away from him. Now turned over again. Harmon walks out in front. Far side. Shot saved by McDonald. Didn't get all of that shot on the far side. Did Rosati. The Vipers still with the forechecking pressure, though. They're in the offensive zone. Rosati muscling Monick on the near side now. Gets the puck back to Spicer again. A shot and a glove save by Eric McDonald on the distance attempt. And the Vipers pouring on the pressure, not letting off the gas here in the third period. They want to make the most of this 2-goal lead and keep the Stars on their heels, which they have done a good job of to start this third period. Face-off won by LaSalle. Shot from the blue line. Loose puck in front. Scrambling is McDonald, and another whack at it by Tonin, but McDonald finds it in the mayhem, and it will hang on for another whistle. It's another defensive zone draw for the Stars here, as the struggle to get the offense going continues. Inskip's going to head in for the draw. A late line change now by the Stars as a few forwards head off the bench onto the face-off formation. Reed sends it up the far boards. Kept in at the line by Harwood. Up the far side. Turning and firing is Inskip, but that's right into the skates of Owen Gray. Another turnover in their own zone. Velarde now with it to the far side. Shot and blocked up and out of play, as the Vipers a few offensive turnovers in a row for to force the Stars into them. Just over 5 minutes gone in this third period. Still 2-0 for the Vipers as they win yet another offensive zone draw. Harwood back to the blue line, shot through traffic, and again a deflection up and out of play over the glass behind Eric McDonald. So they're going to have to try again for the draw. St. Thomas is going to do another line change here. Searles comes out for the defensive zone draw as the Stars trying to get out of their own zone here. their better face-off takers. So Searles up against Gingras in the St. Thomas zone. Searles wins it, but the winger comes in, and Cunha gets a good shot off. McDonald makes a save on the shot from the hash marks on the far circle. Cunha got a shove and then took a whack at the star who shoved him. Now Searles is all tied up. Linesman trying to separate Searles and Gingras, who have a grip on each other. And a good one. You see Searles in those kinds of confrontations quite often. He's a quiet kid whenever I see him out off the ice, but a lot of those players like to flip a switch when they put the skates on. Searles up against Gingras on the near side. So we'll take a face-off against each other after having a little bit of a tussle. It looks like somebody's got an equipment issue. Oh no, just a loose piece of apparatus on the ice, so the linesman's going to get that off there before they drop the puck. Perhaps some tape or some other equipment piece. Lasalle wins the draw in the offensive zone again, and McDonald makes a save from the shot right by the blue line on the near side. Bit of a floater. The rebound is loose. Stars battling for it. Chase Pettipies flips it up and out into the neutral zone. Vipers whack it right back in, but they're going to have to check back on side. And now we got a tilt going. Chase Pettipies and Gingras both drop the gloves and square up. Chase Pettipies wrestling Gingras down to the ice. He's got his jersey in his hands. Now losing his balance and taking a whiff on a swing. But they're still going at it. And Knuckles flying all over the place. Chase Pettipies and Gingras not giving up. Oh my goodness. Oh, that went on way longer than I thought it might have. They took a couple slips, but just got right back up and kept swinging. And Chase Pettipies, another fight for the boys to try and get things going. As now both benches short a couple players after a couple fights tonight. So let's see if that can inject any venom into the St. Thomas Stars bench after the tilt and get this energy going here. Down by 2. They need to find some offense. Referees are picking up the pieces on the ice, literally. Gonna clean it all up. Both of them said, let's go. They both dropped the gloves. Weren't even tied up. Just squared up with each other and sent the Knuckles soaring through the air. It's a good scrap from either player. So some more penalty minutes to sort through for these referees. As Petty tries to get his teammates really going. You see Owen Gray on the bench mimicking Chase Pettipies' efforts, throwing a couple swings through the air. Oh, they really had him going there. A few of those punches, if they connected, oh boy, watch out. Thankfully for either player, they just missed most of them. There's a couple connections. There was a few that would have been scary if they made any contact. Throwing all their weight into the swing. So in the end, just the fighting majors and misconducts on the board. As the face-off just outside the Stars zone is dropped. And back to some hockey. Luke Bohoviak up the far side. It's given away in the zone, and another shot from distance will miss the target from the Vipers. Pass ahead to Wyatt Cameron. Had to wait for the puck, and it's offside at the line. Well, Wyatt Cameron doesn't like it, but he was offside before he touched the puck. It was a bit of a slow curling puck towards him. Had to wait for it. Perhaps could have taken a step backwards, but wanted to get forward on a 2-on-1 rush. That would have been the case if it wasn't offside. Face off in the St. Thomas zone. Whipped pass out in front by the Vipers. Picked off by Legalic. Legalic finds Cameron in the neutral zone. Now he enters up the left side. Cameron in front to Miles Dunn. Poked away. Loose puck. Legalic shot saved by Bartel. As that one hit him up in the shoulder area. Shot from the far circle. Loose puck found by Pone. Up the near side. McGinn tips it ahead. Ends up on the Stars sticks. Wyatt Cameron in the neutral zone. Trying to dangle around McGinn, but gives it away. McGinn sends it into the far corner. Teammates go for a line change. Now St. Thomas with the puck on their own end. Heading out from behind his own net, Luke Bohoviak. He'll fire it hard to the backboards. Miles Dunn, a shot and a save by Bartel. Great pass by Bohoviak. He knew he was going to beat the icing. Miles Dunn just can't beat the goaltender. Hopping puck towards McDonald after Lasalle enters the zone. He'll steer that aside. Now Spicer from the near side blue line, and a shot saved by McDonald. And now some more tussles in the near corner. Joey Bazzetta getting into it with Captain Chartrand. As the St. Thomas Stars do look to have a little bit more pep in their step after the fight. They just need to get in some good chances in the offensive zone and bury them. As that's been the difference tonight for the Stars. They just can't put that finishing touch on a lot of these good chances. Pass from the far side to Crossman in the neutral zone. Didn't work. Now the LaSalle Vipers through the neutral zone into the Stars end. On the near side, it's Harmon. Harmon pass back to the blue line. Now to Spicer along the blue line. Shot misses on the glove side. Turning and firing on the far side. But the puck gets redirected up and out of play off the shot from Luke St. John. It's another face-off in the St. Thomas zone. St. Thomas starting to run out of time here. 12:38 left in the third. Down by 2. They need to get some pucks towards Adam Bartel. Perhaps try and force some rebounds. They just got to hit the target. And first off, get the puck on their blades, which has been a struggle tonight when they take the shots. Rory Savage through the center ice. 4 Stars pushing forward. Dylan Searles in the far corner. Gets muscled off the puck along the boards. Vipers back the other way up the near side. St. John across the blue line. Pass in front. Tipped away by Savage, a stick. Victor Moody looking forward in the near corner. He'll hand it off to Monick. Monick switching to the far corner to Rory Savage. Savage now behind his net. Trying to get past a couple defenders, or a couple springing forwards. Now Monick in the zone. Pass out in front to Searles. That's picked off by the LaSalle defense. Puck sent to the neutral zone. Now to the far side. It's going to be, looks like offside as the Stars try to enter the zone. So we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone. Cunha's going to be in the draw up against George Matzos. As Matzos wins that matchup. Actually, that was Joseph Gingras for the LaSalle Vipers that Matzos beat. Along the center ice, Legalic tries a backhand pass through the legs of Gingras. Hits one of his blades. Sent back to the Stars defense. Flip pass ahead. George Matzos entering the zone on the far side. Finds his way to the far corner. Now up along the boards. He turned back. Puck hits the linesman's skate and stops up. Vipers capitalize and send it back the other way. Cunha in behind the net, battling with Rowan Reed. Now sent back. The LaSalle Vipers force a turnover. Pass out in front. Turning and firing is McGinn. Loose puck saved by McDonald. As that puck actually hit the LaSalle Viper in front. Joseph Gingras was standing right in front of Eric McDonald. The shot looks like it hit him in the wrist before it hit McDonald. As Gingras gave a couple shakes of the hand. But McDonald makes a save nonetheless off the redirect. Bukowski in for the offensive zone draw. Wins it for LaSalle. In the near corner, DeForge. DeForge turning and trying to lose Bohoviak. Gets it back to the blue line to Pone. Pone to the far side. McNally's shot off a stick Now off the backboard, bouncing puck. LaSalle Vipers find it. Bukowski in the near corner now sends it behind the net. Teammate to Forge will send it to the blue line. Shot through traffic off Bazzetta's skate. Into the far corner it goes. Ty Lawson's going to pick up the loose puck. See if I can get it going this time. Reed Crossman across the blue line. Finds a trailing Kinnear, but a hopping puck. Poked away. Bazzetta pass in front. Ty Lawson now a shot and a blocker save by Bartel. In behind the net, Kinnear. Stars with it in the offensive zone. Bazzetta a shot from distance by the near blue line. That's a pad save for Bartel as he steers it out of the zone. That's good rebound control. Now the Vipers end up with it behind their own net after the Stars dump it. Tonin misplays the puck at his own blue line, but the call's going to be offside. I believe one of the Stars was over the line before it was touched at the blue line, so that's going to halt them in their tracks again. Just over halfway through this third period. Stars down 2-0. Both goals scored by LaSalle in the second period. Face off just outside the Vipers zone on the far side, won by LaSalle. As they dump it in on the far side. In behind the net. Rory Savage gets it stripped off him by Rosati, who finds Chartrand in the corner. Chartrand trying to walk out in front, broken up by Wyatt Cameron. Now Rory Savage picks it up, sends it to Miles Dunn along the near wall. This flip pass in the neutral zone to Legalic, and a big hit thrown by Wyatt Cameron on Chartrand. Teammate's going to come in and say he didn't like it. He's swinging away on Cameron, who was just trying to defend himself and block his head from taking any blows. He didn't want any of that fight. And he takes a few whacks after delivering a nice hit. Harmon's going to get the gate for basically jumping Wyatt Cameron there. Looked like it was a clean hit. Didn't signal any penalties on the play. It's not that I saw. Wyatt Cameron's going to have to get his helmet checked out, it looks like, which took a bit of a beating in that scrum. So Cameron's just going to head to the bench. So the lone penalty is handed out to Harmon, who jumped Cameron after Cameron laid a huge hit on his captain, Chartrand. The energy is flowing for the Stars. They just need to translate it into offense. It's a couple fights this game, a few big hits. That one probably the best of the bunch. Big open ice hit just outside the LaSalle blue line. Took Chartrand right out. Well, the referee's trying to figure out what they want to do here on the scoreboard, penalty-wise. See what they do. Wyatt Cameron has thrown quite a few of those big hits in recent memory. As he can be a physical player. His wheelhouse is more skill-based, I would say. Great puck handler, but he is capable of throwing those big hits. So we'll see what is handed out here. Captains, both wearing the number 19, Owen Gray and Adriano Tonin, awaiting any messages. Well, Tonin is an assistant captain, pardon me. Captain Chartrand just got laid out. He's probably recovering from that. Looked to be okay after he popped back up. Well, we'll see if any extra minutes are handed out, other than the couple that look like they're going Harmon's way. They're actually going to get Harmon out of the box and maybe throw him out of the game. Yep, Harmon's out of there as he jumped all over Cameron and started swinging right away. So he's going to get a misconduct and head out of the game for the night. We got a couple way to goes from some teammates that are out of uniform tonight. They liked what they saw there. But we'll see what's handed out as a result of Harmon taking exception to Wyatt Cameron's a big hit and starting to swing away at him right away. You saw that in Waterloo against Nathan Slatt as well. He threw a huge hit, clean hit. Well, it looked like a clean hit, but they called it a high hit. But the teammate just came in and started swinging on him right away. No chance for Slatt to accept or decline. Just found himself with some fists flying towards his face. And ended up getting into the fight and tossed. In Cameron's case tonight, he just kind of played some Muhammad Ali defense, threw up the hands, and didn't return any offense, so he's still in the game, which is an important thing for the Stars because he's an important piece of their offense. So 9.5 minutes, just shy of it, for the Stars to try and cut down this 2-goal lead. They're on the power play. What a great thing it would be if they could bury one here. Big shot by Miles Dunn on the near circle, kicked away by Bartel. Again, kicked outside the zone by the goaltender. He's done that a couple times tonight. So Stars come out from their own zone up the far side. They'll come and enter. Kinnear gets stopped up by the linesman, but Owen Gray keeps it in. Kinnear into the far corner. Pass in front, shot off the post by Rory Savage. As that's probably the closest they've come so far. Off the iron. On the power play. Savage gets denied by the post. As this would be a very important goal for the Stars if they can make it happen. All 5 Stars up the ice in the neutral zone as they enter the LaSalle end. Try to set things up. Pass to the near side. Miles Dunn. Stopped up at the blue line. Just outside it went. So the Stars are going to have to check back on side. That gives the Vipers a chance to clear it all the way down the ice, which they do. Up the near boards. McDonald out to play it behind his net. He'll play it to the far side. Turning and firing was the Viper on the far side. It was Velarde who got there first, but he missed the target. Vipers come up the ice again through the neutral zone. Velarde forces a turnover just outside the Vipers' blue line. Big hit thrown at the blue line by Spicer. Vahoviak somehow stayed on his feet. Could feel the impact on that one from here, but he absorbed it well. Now in behind the net, Vahoviak's going to pick it up. Coming from his own end. Pass up the center ice. Hits a skate. Crossman's going to have to turn back. Cameron picks up a puck off Tonin, who almost stole it. Cameron up the left side in the far corner. Head behind the net. Pass in front. Big save. Scores! Bartel made the first save but couldn't make the second as Ty Lawson buries the garbage and cuts this lead within 1. There's only 3 seconds left on the power play, too. So a big goal for the St. Thomas Stars as they dwindle down the lead and they beat Bartel for the first time tonight. Massive goal, and now they're in this thing. Just about 7.5 minutes left. Of course, it comes on the power play. A big strength for the Stars, 3rd in the league coming into this game. As a couple whacks thrown by Rosati at the blue line to Slatt. Slatt doesn't know what got into him. He's stolen his stick. Make sure he gets that back. Stars can't enter the zone. Pekowski stretch pass to the far side to Rosati. Just got his stick back. Stars flip it off the boards on the near side, just outside the zone. It's sent back into the St. Thomas end. Rosati is trying to hit everything he sees right now. At the near side, Matsos gives it off to Slatt in the neutral zone. Far side, Searles, it's offside. And Searles didn't like that call. It looked like he just had a bit of a jump ahead. So the Stars have cut this lead down to 1. It's 2-1 for LaSalle. In the 3rd period, 6:44 left to go. It's the face-off just outside the Lasalle zone. See if the Stars can keep this momentum going and try and win their third straight on the road in this big stretch. Stripped by Spicer in the neutral zone. Finds Gingras on the near side. Pass across, and Velarde couldn't tap it home. Now the Stars come the other way. Wyatt Cameron, he can't enter the blue line. Sent back deep into the Stars' end. Icing waved off as Rowan Reed comes back for it. They'll hand it off to Captain Owen Gray, who stops up behind his own net. Looking for a clean way out. Wyatt Cameron up the left side. He'll cut to the middle. Now finds Legalic at the blue line. They enter the zone. Miles Dunn in the far corner. Finds the puck. Back to the blue line to Owen Gray. Shot through traffic. Goes just wide on the blocker's side. Rebounds loose. Another shot. Scores! It's Alawan Legalic. The Quebec native ties it up with just 6 minutes left. Oh, what a rally back by the St. Thomas Stars here in the third. A couple of fights. A big hit by Wyatt Cameron. One of the Vipers gets tossed by trying to fight Wyatt Cameron, and since then, 2 goals for the St. Thomas Stars to make it 2-2. As they seem to finally have found their grip on this puck tonight. And found it well. Here they come again, 3-on-1, and a shot missed over the bar. Rebound comes all the way out of the zone. Joey Bezzetta chases it back. In behind his net. He'll drop it for Vahoviak. Oh, how the tides have turned here in the last half of this third period. Vahoviak up the left side. Big hit thrown up against the boards on Bezzetta by DeForge. The Stars enter the zone, though. Centering pass attempt blocked by McNally as he takes his man into the far corner. Up along the wall. A big battle for it. Lots of skates and sticks in there now. As that loose puck found now by Kinnear, he'll ring it around to the near side. Victor Moody stops it up, backhands it in deep. Now Ty Lawson. He'll pick it up on the far corner, back to the blue line. Shot from distance, a floater steered aside by Bartel. Bounces out in front and cleared by the Vipers. It's another dangerous bounce. Almost goes against the Vipers there. Vahoviak, a shot from the near wall. Saved by Bartel with the glove. He'll drop the puck and keep the play going. Turned over on the far side. Slat gets it back in deep. Now picked up along the boards. Big hit thrown by Monik on Pone. That sends the puck going to the far side now. Now LaSalle going to try and slow things down a little bit. Heading out from behind their own net. It's Harwood. His pass through the neutral zone blocked by Searles. Loose puck gliding towards the net. McDonald comes out to poke it away from him. Now Rosati with the puck. Pass in front, and on the backhand was in Skip. Couldn't get that towards goal. Now back to the blue line. St. John's, a big clapper, and that's blocked on the way to the net. Max Monik in the neutral zone. Can't get it into the LaSalle end. So it's sent back to Rory Savage. Savage heads back behind his net. Now he'll fly up the center of the ice. Savage cuts to the right side. He'll enter the zone. Driving towards goal. Rory Savage tried to tuck it 5-hole. And goaltender was going to cover it up. Searles is going to get into another discussion by the net. As the Stars trying to keep this momentum going. Tied at 2-2. 3:43 left in the third here in LaSalle. LaSalle scored 2 in the second period. Looked to have a good grip on this game, but then halfway through the third, the Stars have rallied back to tie it up. Drama is high. As Cameron in for the draw up against Adriano Tonin. Cameron wins it. Back to Reed. Reed in behind the net. Looking for Legalic. Puck hops over his stick. Legalic wins it back, though. Miles Dunn, a shot over the blocker, but misses the net. Now on the far side comes Tonin. He's got Gingras on the near side. Big hit thrown by Tonin. Can't take down Reed, and a battle for it. 2 Stars, 2 Vipers. Looking for it up against the wall on the near side. It's trapped in the skates, and the referees are going to halt things up because they can't find that puck in the skates. So they'll elect to go for a face-off instead. With 3:16 left in regulation in the third period. St. Thomas Stars are tied it up. Pardon me, I didn't update the scoreboard here that I've been trying to multitask. There we go. As the puck dropped again, sent into Eric McDonald in his own zone. He'll cover that up. And a face-off to the near side now in the St. Thomas end. They're going to bring out the Legalic, Miles Dunn, and Wyatt Cameron line. Owen Gray and Rowan Reed on the back end. Pekowski in for the draw, wins it against Cameron. Back to St. John, his shot attempt off a skate. Heads behind the goal line. In the near corner, Reed gets it up to Miles Dunn along the wall. He'll get an outlet pass to exit the zone, giving it to Wyatt Cameron. Pass to the far side to Legalic, deflected by Pekowski. Well, St. Thomas going to have to chase it back in the neutral zone. Legalic does win possession. On the near boards, Miles Dunn trying to whack it in deep. Wyatt Cameron's going to be the one to get there. And Legalic looking forward in the near corner. Back to Reed at the blue line. Shot through traffic and a save made by Bartel. Has a soft shot from the blue line. Just sent into the danger area. Now Owen Gray up ahead. Owen Gray gets turned to the far corner. He'll dump it around. Near side, Rosati. Rosati passes it to the far side. Forced turnover by Miles Dunn. In the offensive zone, Miles Dunn driving towards the goal, and it'll hit the side of the net. Nice poke check made by Bartel to deny that one from getting out in front of the goal. Now Cunha back the other way, trying to get around Bezzetta. Can't do so. Bezzetta gets it off to Vahoviak at their own blue line. Stretch pass to the far side. Eloan Legalic. He'll dump it into the near corner. Picked up by Spicer. He'll drop it back for McNally as the Vipers exit their zone. Flip pass intended to enter the Star zones. Taken by Cade Kinnear. Sent the other way. Lawson can't get it past the Vipers blue line. Now coming the other way, Tonin driving towards the goal. Tonin, big save by Eric McDonald. Oh, Tonin looked good there, driving across to the far side. Eric McDonald gets across. As a turnover in the neutral zone, Bezzetta's going to send it into the far side. In behind the net. They'll complete a line change, will the Stars, and so will the Vipers. Time ticking down, just over a minute left in this third period. Sent up to Gingras on the near side. Gingras trying to get around Victor Moody. Moody keeps him on the outside. Gingras gets a pass to the blue line, though. McNally's shot misses wide on the blocker side. Trying to get it back to the blue line again. McNally's going to have to chase that back to his own blue line. And they'll try and dump it in, but Victor Moody stops it. Pass to the far side to Savage. Rory Savage trying to push ahead. Trying to dance around a couple Vipers. Does. Sharp angle shot saved by Bartel. Vipers can't get it out. Sent back towards the goal. Now they'll flip it down to the neutral zone. They find a Springer on the far side as DeForge is all alone, but he's got nobody with him to make a pass to. And now a play the other way as DeForge tried to recover the puck, but he took his stick too high, and Rowan Reed gets a high stick on him, so that'll send DeForge to the box. Inopportune penalty for the Vipers with just 18 seconds left on the clock in regulation. They're going to be on the penalty kill for those last 18 seconds, and perhaps the start of overtime. The Stars a chance to end it on the power play. Would love to do it in regulation to deny LaSalle an extra point going to overtime. They do win the draw. Legalic over to Dunn on the near side. Pass in front, scores! Oh, the puck finally agrees with the Stars. It's off a skating in as Rory Savage in front of the goal gets the last piece of it, and the Stars come all the way back. Oh, and the fans headed for the exits. They're not happy with it. But what a rally for the St. Thomas Stars as they score again on the power play, 3-2. Oh my goodness, this puck was not agreeing with them all night long. In the last 10 minutes, it decides to, and then in the last minute, it says, here you go. We've been rough on you all night. Take it home. As the St. Thomas Stars take the 2 points. That's 3 wins in a row on the road. And the Lasalle Vipers are upset tonight here at home, as it looked like they were in good shape to take home a victory on their home ice. But the St. Thomas Stars playing the villain tonight and sending these fans home unhappy. Oh my goodness. What a thriller in the end. So that will do it. The final score, the St. Thomas Stars 3, the LaSalle Vipers 2 from the Vollmer Culture and Recreation Complex. Oh, baby. St. Thomas Stars will be back in action on Friday night and Saturday night. Both games at home, as Friday night the Strathroy Rockets will be in town for our Remembrance Day evening. So be sure to come out to that. And then the big one on Saturday, the Joe Thornton Appreciation Night, as Big Joe will be in the building. Be sure to get your tickets beforehand. I do not believe they will be sold at the door. Check the stars.gohl.ca website. Check the Facebook page. There are details. I believe they're going to be selling them at the Joe tomorrow. I want to say 4:30 to 6. I want to say. Check the details, though. Make sure you grab those tickets, because it's going to be a full house at the Joe on Saturday. So we'll see you at home on Friday. The St. Thomas Stars take another road victory, 3rd in a row on this big stretch. 3-2 for the St. Thomas Stars in regulation. I'm Phil Pimentel, and thank you for tuning into our YouTube audio stream. Please subscribe and help us grow this thing that we're doing.